Hello, it was about this time of year in 2008 that Barack Obama was getting his presidential campaign off the ground. He'd received the nomination just a few weeks earlier and was beginning to gain momentum, but there was a threat to derail it because of his links with the pastor of Trinity United Church, the church that Barack Obama and his family attend in Chicago. Pastor Wright had been saying some very inflammatory things, including many which seemed to be anti-American, suggesting, for example, that 21/7 was something that America had coming for it. It was something that he had to dissociate himself from, and so he left the church. But the furor that came from that really affected the life of the church, and there was bomb threats. They had sniffer dogs patrolling the church every Sunday morning looking for bombs, and Pastor Otis Moss, who took over from Jeremiah Wright when he resigned, said that he got death threats, and some of them were very frightening, so that he would walk around thinking, well, is that person the one who wrote the letter? And it was a dark time for Otis Moss, very difficult time, at a time when he had to hold his congregation together under these threats, but felt personally for him and his family that he was in real danger. And he tells how after a year or so, not sleeping at all well, on one night he was woken at about 3 o'clock in the morning by some noises in the house, and his wife suggested he went to have a look. He did. He prowled around the house with his baseball bat, and he eventually traced the noise down to his daughter's room. And when he went in, he found that Michaela, aged 5, was in the middle of the floor, dancing away, twirling around with her pigtails flying. And he was about to tick her off and tell her to get back to bed because it was late. And then he said, the Spirit said to me, she's dancing, and she's dancing in the dark. And he realized that there was darkness in the house, but there was also darkness in his life, the darkness of fear, the darkness of being worried about his church and the safety of his family. And here, in the midst of this darkness, his daughter was dancing. And he said he heard a voice saying to him, you need to learn to dance in the dark. He tells the story much better than I do, and I've put the link to a video clip of that in the comments, which I recommend. It's a good listen, but just 3 or 4 minutes. But dancing in the dark is a lovely idea, I think, for all of us, because all of us experienced really dark times in our own lives, dark times in the life of the world which get us down. And these things can get in top of us, and we can feel as though evil and darkness and all the things that are against human fulfillment, that they're beginning to triumph. But what Otis Moss discovered in that experience that night was that it's important to carry on with the dance, that to believe in the love and the joy and the justice and the peace of God is something which enables us to dance even in the deepest darkness, and to find that there's truth in the joy that our dancing displays, even more so than there is truth in the darkness of the surroundings. And so today I want to recommend that to myself and to others, that if we can just find it in us to learn to dance even when life seems really dark and gloomy and hopeless, then I think there is the beginning of an escape from the grip that kind of darkness can have on us, and the beginnings of finding the energy to do something to combat it.